Oh, hi, it's Bruiser from Bruiser's Backyard, and in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to turn some of these advertising magnets into some fun-filled image magnets that you could stick on your locker, your car, wherever you want to put them, anything metal. So let's get to the build. And the supplies I'll need: old advertising magnets, a printer, color or black and white, or some old magazines, some scissors, a glue stick, some packing tape, and a marker. So you got 100 of these magnets hanging around your house, on your refrigerator. You get one from every business. What do you do with them? Here's a fun little activity you could do with Google Draw, or maybe even cutting out pictures of a magazine. First thing I need to do is measure the magnets. So I take out my trusty ruler and I go ahead and measure the magnets so that I know what size picture I'm looking for. In this case, my East Penn magnet is 2 inches by 3.5 inches. Open up a Google Chrome window and go up to the upper right hand side and click on the waffle. Then I'm going to select Drive from the menu. I'm going to go to the New button on the upper left hand side of the Google Drive, and I'm going to go down to More and select a drawing document. Now to select the image, I could go to the Insert menu bar and click on Search the Web and type in what I'm looking for. In this case, I'll be searching for some Justin Bieber pictures. I will search for an image that fits the landscape mode of my magnet. If I'm going to use the magnet in the portrait mode, obviously I'll find a picture for the portrait mode. Or I can simply do a Google search by opening up another tab. I can go to Google Images, or I could just do a regular Google search and then click on Images. I can also refine my search by using the Tools feature of the Google Images search, selecting Large Image and also black and white or color. I'm going to choose black and white since my printer is set for monochrome. Once I find the image that I'm looking for, I will click on the thumbnail image so that I get the largest image possible down here. I click and start to drag that image. I will drag it up to the open tab for my drawing, as you can see, and then drop it into my drawing window. Once I find a suitable image, I will select it and bring it into my drawing project, and then I will resize it. As I resize my image, I will notice that there is a ruler at the top and the left-hand side of my drawing window. I first want to align my image on the left-hand side of my screen so that it lines up with the 0 point on the ruler. As you will see, as I resize the image, there is a blue line in the ruler that will show me the end point and also the center of my image. In this case, I want to line up my image with the 3.5 inch mark. You don't want to distort the image, so try using the handles on the corners of the image instead of the handles in the middle. Now it's time to resize my image to be 2 inches in height. I do this by double clicking on the image and it creates a mask. To resize the mask, I'm going to use the black handles in the middle of the screen there until I get 2 inches. This mask will actually allow me to crop the image to the size that I need. I can reposition the picture by clicking on the image and moving it within the mask so that I just see the important parts. I can also resize the entire image by clicking on the blue handle outside of the masked area. Google also gives you alignment lines. These red marks on the screen will show me when my picture is centered within the mask. Once I have it right where I want it, I click outside of the masked area and that will show me what my magnet will look like. I can also add some text to my magnet by clicking on the text box in the button bar, opening up a text window, and then clicking within that window. I can also change the text size, color, font, and reposition it anywhere I want within the image. So in this case, I will type the word Justin. I will make it a white piece of font since it has such a dark background on the picture, and I will change the font color and size. Don't forget, I can also add shapes from the Shapes menu button on the button bar. And in this case, I'll create a heart and I will color it white. I can also group the shape, the picture, and the text by opening up a selection box over all of the images and then going to Arrange and selecting Group. Now all the things I created will move as a complete unit. I want to move it into the center of my screen so that it is not near the edges and it will print clear off the printer. Click on the Print button in the button bar, and then I'm going to select the printer I want to print to. The printer will give me a preview of what it will look like, and I just need to make sure that my image does not rest on the margin. So it can't be too far left or to the top. It has to be in the middle of the page. Once the image comes off of the printer, it's now time to do some cutting and pasting. I'll first start off by cutting along one of the straight edges. Then I can make some rough cuts so it's easier to maneuver around my magnet. I'll place the magnet over top of the image, and I'll use the magnet as a guide for my scissors. This will assure a 90-degree and straight cut. An alternative way to do this is just find a magazine picture, put the magnet over top, trace over top of the magnet with a Sharpie marker, and then cut along the line that you created. I will fine-tune my cut by aligning two sides of my picture over top of the magnet, and then using the magnet as my guide for my scissors, I can cut straight lines. Now that I have my image cut out, I'll use a glue stick to put glue all over the magnet, and especially on the edges, and then I'll use the same glue stick to put some glue on the back of the picture as well. I'll align the image over top of the magnet and then press it down to make sure I have a nice fit. I'll now use some shipping tape to make a high gloss laminate finish for my image over top of my magnet and help it secure the image to the magnet itself. I'll pull out a strip of tape so that I have it unkinked or no wrinkles, and then I will place it delicately over top of my image, and I will work out any wrinkles or air bubbles that might appear. In this case, I have a 2-inch magnet and I'm using 2-inch tape, so it fits pretty well over top of it. However, if you have a fatter magnet or you have just a little edge that's still sticking out, you can double up this shipping tape. Just as it is very difficult to see the edge of the tape while it's still on the roll, it's going to be very difficult to see any seams that might overlap on your image as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and you found a good way to upcycle your advertising magnets and make them into fun decorative magnets. Until next time, Bruiser out.